Assalamu alaikum. Let me start by telling you a little bit about myself. It's me, Dur A Shahwar, and today I would like to talk to you about the Furio production. So I have decided my discussion into some sections, and I have planned to brief you about approximately 10 to 15 minutes. So let's start the topic. Furio production. First, we will understand about the production. Production basically, in a general sense, refers to a creation of any good or services. But in economics, it is a specific meaning. Production means all those activities which provide goods and services to satisfy human wants and for which they are willing to pay a price. So, production may be described as production is any human activity that creates or increases value or utility. So, this is the definition of production. But what is the production function and what does it mean? So, the production function is a purely technical relationship which connects factor inputs and outputs. So, it describes the law of proportions, that is the transformation of factor inputs into outputs. Output means product at any particular time period. So we can say the production function represents the technology of a firm, of an industry, or of the whole economy. So the production function includes all the technical efficient methods of production. Now we have learned about the definition and the production function. So here we have the production function, which means Y is denoted for the production. Production is a function of land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So now we will move towards the method of production. That what is the method of production? Method of production means process of production or activity of production. So method of production is a combination of factor inputs required for the production of one unit of output. So usually a commodity may be produced by various methods of production. We know that one commodity can be produced with the various method of production. We can use any method, any process. So for example, I have written the one example here that we have the commodity X. We have to produce a commodity. Unit of commodity X may be produced by the this following process: L for a labor, K for a capital, P1 is a first one process, P2 is a second process, P3 is a third process. So in a one process we can take a 2 units of labor and 3 units of capital. And the second process we can transform the 3 units of labor and 2 units of capital. In the third process we can take 1 unit of labor and 4 units of capital. So these are all the process which leads toward the making the product or an input. Fine. Now we will move towards the production process. That what is the production process? So we know that production process means converting or transforming inputs into outputs. So input by processing move towards the output. So now we know that inputs are the resources used in the production of goods and services. Inputs are also called the factor of production. So inputs are also called the factor of production. In our next lecture, we will detail talk about the factor of production. This means what is the factor of production, what are the main factor of production and their types and their characteristics, etc, etc. So inputs are two types. The one is fixed and the second one is variable. Fixed inputs are those that can be readily changed during the time period. Fine. Under the consideration, for example, we can change it easily. We cannot change it easily with fixed inputs. Example of fixed inputs are the firm's plant, specialized equipment, and the firm's size. We cannot change them very quickly. We can change them, but in a short notice, we cannot change them. So next one is variable inputs. Variable inputs are those that can be varied easily and on a very short notice. So it can be a raw material, it can be a unskilled labor, etc, etc. Fine. So now you can identify between the fixed way inputs and the variable inputs. Now we will move towards the output. Then what is output? The output of firm can either be a final commodity. Final commodity means which we use quickly, as a computer, as a mobile, and in output can be an intermediate product such as a semiconductor. Semiconductor are used in the production of computer. The output also can be a service and can be a good. Fine. Output can be a service or can be a good. Service means um, education, teachers are servicing the students, medicine, doctors are servicing their patients. Fine. So here our topic of the beginning of our topic, the theory of production, is ending here. Now if you have any question, you can feel free to ask. I will be glad to answer your question. We will meet in the next lecture, in which we will talk about the factor of production in details. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.